Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another video with your girl Candice. If you're new here, that's who I am. If you're not new here, hi, hello. I know it's been a minute since I've made a video, but life's been lifing, as you all know. It's actually been about 2 weeks, bordering on 2 weeks, but you know, the algorithm gods, you have to appease them, and they're probably not happy with me. So anyway, I'm here now and we move. How is everybody doing? How is everybody? You might actually laugh at this, but I've already done this voiceover intro once before, but my mic was turned off. And out, you know, when you're just like, yes, that's tea. Like, I love that. That intro was spot on. And the mic wasn't turned on. So when I went to listen back, flat, dead, nothing. I just thought, yeah, typical me, the huge. Anyway, we move. How is everybody doing this fine, hopefully, Sunday? I'm trying to get this out today, which is Sunday. If not, how is everybody doing in general? How is everyone? I am doing much better than previous weeks, but I guess it depends on the time of day that you catch me. Right now, it is still the AM. I have had a coffee and feeling the effects. So I'm feeling good. Now, for the video, you can obviously see that we jumped straight into it. No messing about, nothing. Because this was the first afternoon in a long time that I had the house completely to myself. Both the elder kids were at school, little Mackay was at nursery, and the other half was at a meeting or something. I don't know where he was, but all I know is that he was out the house and I could get things done in peace. Now, what should have been done the night before was not. I was exhausted, knackered I was, and I thought, no, that's future Candice's problem. Right now, I just need to go to bed. And to be fair, I've been going to bed early a lot of nights. I've just been exhausted. So I'm not the type to get up at the crack of dawn and do an early riser reset. No, I'm not a morning person. We're not going to do that. The only thing I'm going to do when I get up in the morning is get these kids ready and out the door and me log on to work. Like I had a meeting at 9:30, so there was no time in the morning to be resetting anything. But I had finished all my meetings for the day. Um, I'd done most of the things that I needed to do, and I took a late lunch. So I started this reset about 2 o'clock, just in time for me to get finished and go pick the kids up. I have to leave my house at 3:15. So that was plenty of time to do a quick whiz round, get the shopping away, and get gone. Now, what started off as an afternoon reset quickly escalated to a 3 day clean and declutter saga, right? Typical Candice thought, I've got a bit of time, let me just pay some attention to this while the baby sleeps. And, baby wakes up, I can't do any more. Baby goes down, I try to do a little bit more. But in the midst of all that, everything is everywhere. But we just do what we can when we can, guys. Like I am taking the win. I'm so happy with the result of everything. It did take 3 days, however, it needed to be done, and you just have to do things sometimes, little by little, and take the wins where you can take them. So as I said, we started about 2 o'clock, and yeah, I didn't finish, guys. This is where it went a bit. How did they say? Ass over face? Ass over tit? I don't know. It went wrong anyway. I didn't get done. I had to leave and get the kids. As you can see, my son is in the kitchen trying to get a snack. Usually it's my daughter, but yeah. Um, and I'm still trying to reset before we start dinner. So I am trying to put away the shopping and put it away properly rather than just throwing it in the cupboard, throwing it in the fridge and getting on with life. But no, Candice, you need to do these things properly. This is why we end up in this state. Bearing in mind, the shopping arrived at my door about 11:30 a.m. It is now after school, what, maybe 4 o'clock? And the shopping, bar the meat, is still not away. But again, we're doing it now. Um, that's last night's tea on the stove that needs to be thrown away because it wasn't put into the fridge. Again, I'm just sick of chasing my tail. Um, because I was so tired, I didn't get to do the reset the night before, hence why the food is still on the stove and can no longer be eaten. Like, no, I need to get a grip. And that was a bit of liquid courage, aka Pinot Grigio. So I go to put the shopping away, guys. And what do I find in the fridge? Liquid, mystery liquid. But I do not have time to do a deep clean of the fridge. So what do? I do a quick wipe down, a bit of a antibacterial spray, a bit of dish soap, and I do a scrub of the shelving. What am I trying to say? Yeah, I don't take the components out basically. I just wipe them while they're still in there because we need the time. We need the time and we're running out of it. So I don't shove all my shopping in like I usually do this time. I wipe out the fridge and get it in there nicely. But you see these two oat milks that are on the fridge door? Like that is my bugbear. I hate it. Like the kids do not check if there's milk in the fridge. They just keep going into the cupboard, top shelf with their little stool and get a new milk almost every day. And I keep trying to tell them, check the fridge first before you open a milk. So usually you have two, three, four oat milks open on the fridge door. Like it's just so wasteful. So wasteful. But I'm pretty sure that my kids aren't the only ones that do this. So feel free to let me know in the comments if your kids are opening things they shouldn't be opening and wasting food non-stop just to make me feel better. Right, we're coming to the end of the first day reset and feeling good. Feeling again full of gusto, full of optimism and all of that. Look at me decanting the rice into the jar rather than like it running out and me being like, no, where's the rice? I'm doing everything now and I'm proud of myself. So proud of myself, in fact, that I reward myself with a little jam donut. You see them there on the side? My favourite things ever. Love a jam donut.
But the A sounds a bit funny. Even then, funny. It's still the same word, funny, but the U has a different sound because the vowel sound is slightly different.
The next day.
Right, guys, I've got the baby down for a nap. So, of course, usual Candy's manner, I'm going to do something productive. I'm hungry. I should use this time to eat. Do not judge me. I will find another time to eat. But right now, Bonnet is here. Yeah. So I can hear him when he wakes up. He's been asleep for 15 minutes now, so I'm wasting time right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and either get rid of some of the stuff at the top of the cupboards or go inside the cupboards and see what I can get rid of. Let's try and do some quick wins. First things first, let me apologize profusely for the cleavage. Like my boobs are spilling out of this bodysuit. And if you didn't notice, which why would you not notice? They are in your face. I'm just embarrassing myself. Look how cute this is. Let me show you actually. However, I need to just address the elephant in the room. My bodysuit, this is how not together my life is. My bodysuit was on backwards. Backwards. The entire day. Well, half of the day anyway. I think before I So I had a different top on, went to do the school run, came back from the school run, changed into something more comfortable, i.e., this bodysuit, and I didn't understand why it wasn't comfortable anymore. I just kept hoiking it up and like pulling it over my boot, thinking, "What is going on? Have I grown? Like, why is this so tight now? Look at this! Look at this nasty, greasy, grimy top of the cupboard." But yeah, it wasn't until like midday that I noticed that the label was in the front and not the back. So again, apologies. You see the difference a bit of degreaser makes? However, that was way too much work. So although I sprayed the degreaser on the cupboard and I left it, according to the bottle, you leave it on for 2 minutes. Left it on for about four, and yeah, it was coming off, but I needed to put a bit of elbow grease into it. So I thought, do you know what? Dish soap will probably work well alongside it. So that's what I did. I just filled the sink up with some dish soap, soapy water, and yeah, got to spraying the rest of the cupboard tops. But this is just a pan of everything that I took down, and it isn't too bad actually. I've already got rid of some things, but these things that are on the side, a lot of them I'm going to try and keep and relocate somewhere. Now you see when I'm wiping this side, it's coming off a lot more easier than just the degreaser alone. Look at that, grim. But yeah, this soap and degreaser was the way forward. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that, but it worked for me. There was no fumes, no nothing like that. There was no like mixing of chemicals. So I just did what worked for me and it came off like a dream. So be honest though, if you have top cupboards like this, like space to put things, is yours decluttered like decluttered? Is yours cluttered like mine is? Since my kitchen was done in 2021, to this sort of style, I've decluttered the tops of these once. This is the second time that I've done it. 5 years. I've decluttered it twice now, and cleaned it twice. Now, is that grimy of me? I know it is, but I want to know how regularly people are cleaning the tops of their cupboards. Well, that didn't last long, did it? Hmm? Oh, we tried, guys. I knew this would happen anyway. We're just gonna keep ploughing through. I've got one more side to do, to clean the top off, and then I can work on um, decluttering, relocating, and all that jazz. But let me show you what we've done so far. So up there is clean, up there is clean. I need to do that corner. There's degreaser sitting on that, and then we need to find new homes for this stuff. It's not too bad, to be honest, but yeah. Now forgive me, I don't remember if this is post school run or not, but if it's not, then the other half has got the baby, and I'm allowed, I'm allowed, I'm able to crack on with finishing this job because I just want it done and the stuff off the side so we can cook for the evening. So the degreaser was probably sitting on this cupboard for about 20 minutes, I'm not going to lie to you. And I was a bit anxious about it sitting on there for so long. I didn't want it like compromising the cupboard tops in any way, but it was fine. So while I was up there, I realised there was a lot of cobwebs again. So I just got the feather duster out to catch those cobwebs like cotton candy. It was thick. I don't think I've ever gotten rid of cobwebs so thick. Oh no, I'm lying. You can see him over half in the garden in the background doing the lawn. So the kids were home watching Mackay while I finished some of this stuff off. Um, yeah, that's his favorite job. I didn't ask him to do it. I didn't nag him to do it. He just gets out there and does it. Better him than me. I do inside, you do outside. I'm quite happy with that. Now, this part was doing my head in because I wanted to keep things, but I didn't want to put all the stuff back up there. So I had to be really ruthless as to what I'm putting up there, what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of, what I'm giving back to people that have borrowed me, i.e., that wooden tray. I used that for the kids' Holy Communion and baptism celebration. That was the year before I got pregnant, so 2024, 2 years ago. I've kept that for 2 years, but my auntie hasn't asked for it from me back. That is poor grammar. Come on, Candice, asked it back from me. I don't know. You know what I mean anyway. She hasn't asked for it back, so it just made its way to the top of the cupboard, um, as everything else does apparently. In fact, it's still on my dining room table, but I refuse to put it back up there. It's going to her tomorrow. Okay, I was going to put these in, but then look at this mess. I need to sort it out. So that's going to just have to wait for another day. Right, so I have finished the tops of the cupboards for now. Ignore this. I'm going to have to get painting because there's some bits up here that need attention as well. But yeah, that's for another day. Anyway, I've done the tops of the cupboards and decluttered and kept things that I wanted to keep. So this is what it's looking like now. All empty up there pretty much. And again over there. And again there. That is how I want it to stay. So I'm going to bin them. But yeah, I need to put these away in that cupboard there. But yeah, that's it really.
The next day.
Day 2. The dreaded cupboard. Like, this cupboard, the Tupperware, cups, bottles, whatever the situation is, why are there never any matching lids? Like, I've got 47 containers and about 40 lids, different matching. Like, I can't match anything together. Nothing fits anything. Nothing. And who puts it back like this? Because I'm sure it's not me, but I'm the one that's always dealing with it. And don't get me started on the cups. I've got 1,000,001 cups because how many drinks does a child need in a day? I can't get rid of any because we get through them all the time. They're always being washed. So anyway, I think, right, I'm going to sort this out properly, stack it nicely, get rid of the containers that don't have any matching lids, and become, that girl. And it lasts about 24 hours. This cupboard is the reason that I have trust issues. Like, what is going on? And this is what I managed to get rid of. Don't come for me. I know the cupboard is a mess, but probably because I've got too many bottles and stuff. But I tried, guys. I tried. Cupboard two wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as that bottle cupboard. But, I got rid of a few things in there. And um, this box, well, it's gone now, but there was a sort of like Perspex plastic box that keeps all like my table covers, napkins, not spoons, straws, um, paper cups, plastic cups, just like party sort of things. I keep that in that cupboard, that box there. So I kind of sort that box out, add some things that I found in different cupboards that shouldn't have been there into that box. Um, and it works a lot better. Cupboard three, again, not too bad, guys. This cupboard I would count as my cooking cupboard, like my baking cupboard. So it's got the blender, the NutriBullet, the mixer, food processor, baking trays, not trays, like cupcake um trays and loaf trays, things like that. This is all in this cupboard. So I don't even bother pulling that heavy mixer out, nor do I pull out all of those trays. I don't think anyway. I just clean where I can because I'm not gonna lie, this cupboard is the least used um, in terms of baking or whatever. I do use the food processor sometimes and the mixer when I'm making cheesecakes, but yeah, I just take a few bits from the food processor out of this cupboard and put it into the one of the boxes that are on the top of the cupboard, um, on the same side, and just clean it out a bit, organize it a bit better, and call it a day. Not much decluttering in this one. So between those two cupboards, this is what I got rid of. Not a lot. Now, the fourth and final cupboard that I'm doing in this video is my pots and pans cupboard. And I thought that I was going to get rid of more in this cupboard than what I actually do. Um, because I use the air fryer a lot and I use like 3 pans. Yeah, about 3 or 4 pans to cook with. So I thought I'd be getting rid of more pans than what I do. I get rid of one. Um, I feel like it's a novelty pan. It's like a flat 3-in-1 griddle where it's got like 3 sections in it. One to do your egg, one to do like your bacon and your sausages or whatever, and one to do, I don't know, mushrooms or something. But I have never used that pan. So that is going straight to the charity shop. But yeah, guys, this is it. This is pretty much everything decluttered and organized, tidied, apart from the food cupboards, which I will get to. Um, I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I'm just about to lie to you and tell you I'm probably going to get to it next week, but I need to get into the kids' room before half term and gut that, clean it. I might film that. But yeah, I just clean off the top of this fridge, which isn't too bad. I do this more regularly than I do the top of the cupboards. So you see, it's not too bad at all. Sorry, I've just had a coughing fit. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for continuing to rock with me. Watch my videos, just showing you how grimy the tissue is there. But yeah, love you always. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in another video. Mwah. Bye, lovelies. Oh yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I always forget that little spiel. Love ya. Can you see that? Just in time. Just in time.